Hello and welcome to Titanium Plus Tarot, and today I'll be doing a reading for Aquarius. Alright, so I first want to thank you all for your views, your likes, your shares, your subscribes, and your comments. I love comments. I really do. I read them all. I may not answer all of them, but I absolutely read them all. And I want to say thank you for all your views, your likes, your shares, your subscribes. If I said that, excuse me. And my readings are only meant to give you a whole new perspective on something that you did not expect, or a new way of looking at things that you went through, that you're going through, or that you will go through. Okay, so if they aren't specifically predictive, it's alright. It just sets you up for what might happen. You know, it'll give you a certain je ne sais quoi, preemptive preparation. Now we all have an intuition, and it's key that we learn how to use it. So check out the video I post on Monday for that. And a reading is like a snapshot of the possible future that might arise if you continue doing what you've been doing up to this point. If you don't like it, change what you're doing. It's as simple as that. And thank goodness that we have an array of possibilities to choose from at any given moment. So all you need to do is pick one and work towards it. Now I know that sounds a little... Now it might sound easy, but sometimes it's not. And that's why I suggest that we use our intuition to figure out what we should be doing. So, with that being said, my gorgeous Aquariuses, let's get into your cards. Yes. Yes. Okay. So, please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Aquariuses, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Aquariuses, please come forward and share. And you got the 10 of spring with the 4 of summer, with the ego card and the dreamer. Well, at least this first set ends with the dreamer. Yay. Okay, so please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Aquariuses, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good. And you got the Princess of Autumn. I was going to say spring. Princess of Spawn. What? I make no sense sometimes. Princess of Spring, followed by the Ace of Spring, the 3 of Spring. No. Princess of Autumn with the Ace of Autumn. What? Is there confusion? Maybe you have some confusion. Okay. Next card at the bottom of the deck is the 3 of Spring. What is up with me? Well, nothing's up with me. Brain fart is what's happening. I need to make more sense to myself. So, please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Aquariuses, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good. And you got the 8 of summer, leaving something, with the 3 of autumn. Yep. And the Queen of Winter as well. 7 of Spring. Huh. I don't know why, I just have like Quagmire in my head at this moment. Alright, so please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Aquariuses, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Aquariuses, please come forward and share what they should expect. And you got Justice, Libra card. I'm a Libra myself. I am. The Princess of Winter, 3 of Winter, Prince of Winter, 10 of Winter, 10 of Winter, the Star, the Magician, the Moon. Ooh-wee. Oakley dokley. Now, by the way, I use selenite on my decks to help cleanse them between readings, also after readings. So, now to clarify. Please, angels and guides, anyone with the highest good who has a message for my Aquariuses, please come forward and share why the 10 of Spring, the 4 of Summer, and the Ego card and the Dreamer card are all here for thy first set. So please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Aquariuses, please come forward and share why all these cards are here for the first set. And you got Gotcha! Surprise! With Geo the Slow, as well as It'll Be the Retriever. Okay, It'll Be a collective of pixies. Nellis the Alchemist, and Penelope Dreamweaver. And I feel like I should... Mike the Myomancer, Topsy Turvets. Yes. So, the second set, you have the Princess of Autumn, the Ace of Autumn, and 3 of Spring. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Aquariuses, please come forward and share why all these cards are here for the third set. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Aquariuses, please come forward and share what they should expect from this second set. You have the Green Woman, Ipona's Wild Daughter, Faffy, as I like to lovingly call Faff the Footer. That's how I nicknamed him. Now, for the third set, you have the 8 of Summer, 3 of Autumn, the Queen of Winter, and the 7 of Spring. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Aquariuses, please come forward and share why all these cards are here for the third set. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Aquariuses. And you got the fairy who's kissed by the pixies. Yeah! This is the happiest card in this deck. Yeah. Then you got the feline, the singer of intuition. Excuse me. Yeah. And now, for the fourth set, you've got the Justice card, the Princess of Winter, the 3 of Winter, the Prince of Winter, The Ten of Winter, the Star, which is Aquarius, by the way, that's an Aquarius card. The Magician, and the Moon. So, generally they associate Aries with the Magician. I'm not quite sure. Well, the Magician generally does not have an assigned sign. So, just so you know. So please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Aquariuses, please come forward and share why all these cards are here for the 4th set. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good. And the card that fell was the Fairy Godmother in the reverse, with the Sage, as well as Tintin the Sylph, and Pohayal of the Waters. Okay, so my Aquariuses, let us begin, shall we? Why did you do this to me? One moment, please. Sorry, I know my elbow's not as pretty as my face, but I crack myself up. I really don't mind. Whatever you think of me is fine. So the first card you guys got, my Aquariuses, is the Ten of Spring. Now the Ten of Spring would be the Ten of Wands. It says, ask for help from others, all work and no play, being weighed down by way too many responsibilities. This would be someone who has way too many wands on their back. Generally that's the picture that they see, because you're taking on too much to do. Why? Oh, why? Possibly because you feel a little disenchanted with life. You feel like if you do more, you'll regain your pep. You know, you'll force yourself back into that pep. If that makes any sense. So your love of life, your enjoyment of sorts. This card says, being distracted and failing to see a magical opportunity, taking someone or something for granted, discontentment with life. Who are you taking for granted? Who? I feel like an owl. Who? Well, they do say that an owl is connected to knowing. So because I was like, who, maybe you need to connect with your ability to see, to notice, to extrapolate, to synthesize. I think that card is going to come up later in this reading, but we'll see. Next, you have the Ego card. Now, the Ego card is the devil in this deck, alright? So it says, the illusion of being trapped, placing too much importance on material items, getting caught up in fury and worry. So, possibly you're putting the importance on the wrong things, and that is keeping you stuck. And in order for you to begin a whole, I feel like you need to let that go. Your obsession with material items, your disenchantment with life, and this trying to fill the void with material items is what needs to be let go of in order to begin a new adventure, but not like completely with no experience. This is what I picked up on. You will have brought the experience that you will have learned in your past experience with you to your present situation. So it won't be a full restart. It'll be like you setting off on a new adventure. But also remembering that keeping the old active in your reality will disallow you from creating what it is you actually want, because you'll be focused on the things that went wrong the last time in hopes of avoiding them, but in actuality what you're going to do is create them because you're concentrated on that. So yes, you should keep an eye out for the old stuff, but not actually spend your time intently looking for them in each crevice and be like, I don't want that. Because when you say that, what you're going to do is you're going to create more of it. So if you want to stay away from that, don't think of it. Or at least leave it in the back of your mind. Now, the next card, the first card clarifying it is gotcha. Well, your new beginning or your beginning of a new cycle is going to surprise you. The fact that you have to let go of all your past experiences and like take them into consideration but not let them stop you from doing stuff is going to surprise you, because that's not what you're used to. And that is why it might take you some time to move to the next step, because you're not used to this. This is new territory for you, and you're like, am I doing this right? And the fact that you're like, am I doing this right? You're hoping and wishing for a new outcome, that you're hoping that something turns to your favor. Then you have a collective of pixies, because you are looking for your team, your tribe. You're looking for them. You're looking for your peeps. You're looking for your peeps in order to feel like you're a part of something greater than yourself, in order to joyfully participate in something that maybe you haven't felt in a long time. And once you do figure that out, you will feel like you've transformed something within yourself irrevocably. It was like a massive transformation. Massive. Then you have Penelope Dreamweaver. And the reason why you want to make all these transformations is because you saw something. You had a vision. You had a vision. You had a magical dream, and you had inspiration or a vision. Yes. Though this might take a moment, because noticing all the clues along your path might take some time. Small clues, details, the messages everywhere. Patience. So it might take you some time, but it is totally worth the effort. Yep. And a way for you to really be able to complete this cycle would be to change your viewpoint about that thing that you're concentrated on. Because as much as being obsessed over something is important, being able to change your viewpoint about it is more important. Because if you can't let go of something, if you're stuck on something, you won't be able to think about it in a different way, which will bring about change, which will bring about the solution to your issue. So you, as they say, you cannot solve a problem with the mentality that created the problem in the first place. So change your mindset. Go do something fun. Come back to the problem. Come back to the issue later, when your mind is fresh and you have a whole new perspective on life. around the situation. Next, you have the Princess of Autumn, the Ace of Autumn, and the Three of Spring. Now, so the Princess of Autumn, alright, is a very studious, responsible, cheerful, mischievous individual. Yeah. I actually just noticed this. All these books are like levitating, as well as that coin over here. It's all levitating. There's nothing holding them. It's just her magical abilities that are holding them in space. That's pretty cool. So this card says, happy news about your career, promotions, or scholarships. Well thought out plans that go perfectly. Needing a little push to get going. Yep. And I feel like the little push is this new idea of something that you will like to do as a project. Because this card says, a windfall of money, advice, and assistance from others. A very successful project. A happy change in your career. Which is perfect. Then you have the Three of Spring, which talks about plan your next steps with an eye to the long term. Have patience. There are more good things to come. Satisfaction from a job well done. You're being, with the Princess of Autumn, this person, you are the crosswatcher, is being finicky about when they're going to start. But they have this Ace of Autumn, which is like gnawing at them to actually start. And the three of Spring is just saying that, okay, yes, you should start, but you should start small, and you should start by planning your next steps thoroughly in order to make sure that things go swimmingly well. Yes. Now, the cards clarifying it are the Green Woman. And the Green Woman, okay, talks of wildness, natural magic, expected gratitude, untamable creativity. That's what the Ace of Autumn is talking about. Beginning something new, new idea, something that is going to bring you massive, massive income. Okay? Massive! Then you have Epona's Wild Daughter. Now, Epona's Wild Daughter, okay, talks of inner shadow, nightmares, depression, madness, growth. That would be in reference to the Three of Spring, which talks about there are more good things to come. So, be patient. Be satisfied from job well done, because there are more things to come. So be patient. And if you aren't patient, I feel like you will go mad. But if you are patient, you will be able to grow and expand from this situation, which is amazing. Last card. Okay, is Faf the Footer. Now Fafi, as I like to call him, talks of being real, grounding, centering, and earthing. Okay, so basically, instead of letting your head run away with you with all these thoughts of, is this going great? I don't know. Should I do something different? Instead of all that, as my grandfather calls it, mental masturbation. Excuse me. I'm gonna have to. Yes. If you've ever heard of that, drop it in the comments below. I'd like to know. I mean, it's hilarious. It's funny. Anyway, You're just basically winding yourself up for nothing. You're filling your head with worry and doubt, which do not have their place in your mind. Don't. The moment you do that, you are setting yourself up for failure. Don't. Okay? Now, the third set, talks about it starts off with the 8 of Summer, which talks of knowing that there's something better out there for you, knowing that wanting a more meaningful life. Realizing that it's time to move on and choosing to make major life changes. So something that you thought was worth it is no longer worth it for you. Okay, and then you have the 3 of Autumn. Now the 3 of Autumn talks of follow your passions when it comes to your career. Be the best at what you do, being compensated for your creative talents. I see this card and I think of Tom Hiddleston. Because, like, I don't know his life personally. I very much appreciate his work. But I have a feeling that he loves what he does. He loves what he does and he gets compensated handsomely for it. I don't know how much that dude is worth. I mean, I'm sure he makes a pretty penny. Sorry. He makes a pretty penny, and that's because he loves what he does and he's good at what he does. Very good. Very, very good at what he does. So, just keep that in mind, people. Let me just... Yep. Okay. So, love what you do, because it will definitely come back to you in the way that you get compensated for what it is you do. Next, you have the Queen of Winter. And the Queen of Winter, alright, is a strong, patient, self-sufficient, funny individual. Okay, it says, let go of people or things that no longer serve you. Now is the time to focus on your career. Unmarried or divorced individual. I don't know. I don't know if that last phrase has anything to do with you, but I feel like what the cards are saying in this like set is that, so you see that what you're doing right now is not worth the effort, and you want to do something that really makes your heart sing. And that is why you need to cut off the people that no longer jive with you, because they will hold you back from what it is you actually want to create in your reality. Right? And in regards to those people, you need to be assertive. Don't back down from what you believe. So what you believe in this case is what you know is right for you to do as a occupation. And then it says, courageously stand up for yourself with these people who think they know what's best for you, but they do not know what's best for you. You know what's best for you only with your intuition. So push them aside. Please do. Next, you have the fairy who was kissed by the pixies. Okay. Now, this card is the happiest card in this deck. Alright, this is this card is love given is love received, the metaphorical open heart surgery. She is over the moon with joy and bliss and happiness, and so is everyone else on this card. Yee! I don't know why that came out. It's like yee, yippee skippy, as Dharma Jane says it. That noise was way too high pitched, but I digress. And I feel like you want to make sure that you get that outcome, so you are very, very, very intent on making it work for you with the feline. So You are tying up loose ends. You're getting it right. Right? You're delaying a completion to make sure that it is completely on point for you, because your intuition is telling you that you need to pay attention to these red flags. Je postule. Okay. Je postule is you know what, while you talk and you have like little like tidbits of saliva that just like bing, that fly off. That would be, I don't know how you say it in English, but in French we'd say postuler. I think. I hope I'm correct. In any case, so you got this card. It's letting you know that you need to be mindful of what is happening, and to be mindful of protecting yourself and being assertive as to what you want to do, because someone outside of yourself is gonna, if you aren't assertive enough in regards to what you want to do for the rest of your life, someone else is gonna pick for you, and let me tell you, it won't be what you want to do. It won't. Okay? So the Singer of Intuition talks of perceptiveness, oracular powers, oracular powers, awareness, and trust. Trusting your intuition, your guides, your angels, your spiritual team, what have you, right? Trusting that in regards to what you know is right, which I think Tom also trusted his intuition and went for those roles, went for those roles, and in TV, and he followed his intuition, which was go in cinema or in movie or in TV or in theater, go into acting basically, instead of following his father's suggestion, which was, or I don't know if it was a suggestion or a demand, or a, like, I would like you to go into what I do. And yes, so it's very important, because I did mention that Tom is very, very good at what he does. He makes a ton of money doing it, and he is on point with his intuition. I don't know if I said that, but he is on point with his intuition, having followed it all the way to get his role in as Loki. He actually auditioned for Thor, but he got Loki instead. I think he even said it. He said the choices were good for the roles. In any case, now let us close that parentheses. So parenthèse, as we say in French, and let us move forward. So the next card is the Justice card, and the Justice card is Libra, card of Libra, card of me. I'm just saying, Libra. Okay, Justice talks of take the time to review the details carefully. You will win in the end. Fair and objective decisions. I feel like this might be referring, well, this is referring to the court, the penal, not penal, but the justice system, like courts and whatnot. So in contracts, you need to pay close attention to contracts. And I think this is saying you need to pay very close attention to this contract, because it is of utmost importance to your future, so review it carefully. Then you have the Princess of Winter, and to me the Princess of Winter is the, how should I say it, is the light worker in like the court cards. She's the light worker. Why do I say that? Because this card reads that the Princess of Winter is an inquisitive, truthful, realistic, and undiplomatic individual. Information that can help you, but which may be difficult to hear. A thing that a lot of light worker, me included, so I don't know for others, but me, okay, I used to have a lot of difficulty communicating with others. I did. That was the reason why I was picked on as a child. That was the reason why I was picked on as an adult. Well, not picked on, but not an adult. But I was kind of eyed bizarrely as a young adult. And I don't mind going my own way, even if it makes other people eye me, like, you're weird. That's fine. I don't mind. So, yes. So, you got the Princess, which is information that which can help you, but which may also be difficult to hear. Speaking the truth with kindness, an indigo child or adult. Usually when they say indigo child or adult, that talks of light workers or earth angels or whatever you choose to name it, And so the next card is the Three of Winter. Now the Three of Winter talks of heartbreak. It says reach out to others for comfort and love. You will grow stronger from this situation. Sadness that heals with time. You might have said something which might have sat wrong with someone else. And so they snapped back at you, and what they snapped back with was kind of hurtful. And so it was enough to end something. I don't know if this makes any sense, but it was the first or last straw. And you're like, enough! I will end this myself. You shall not pass. Gandalf. Alright, next card is the Prince of Winter. Now, the Prince of Winter is an intellectual, determined, focused, impulsive individual. This card says, seek out an intellectual solution to your problems. The need to act quickly and decisively, sudden or unexpected changes. Some of the words on top don't really match the words on the bottom, because when I hear intellectual, okay, I hear two things. I hear you're very smart, or you have like mental deficiencies. I don't know why. So it's basically, this too is another team. I don't know. Do we have a prince here? Well, we did have a prince. I did have a prince earlier, and this prince was... I don't know which prince it was, but that prince was like... I think it was the Prince of Summer. In any case, the Prince of Summer and the Prince of Winter are like two peas in a pod. They be off their rockers and completely at the whims of their hormones. And because of being at the whims of his hormones, I feel like the Prince of Winter has put himself in a sticky wicket and is having a little issue getting out of it. Now, this might be you, or this might be someone you're dealing with, okay? Or someone who you are connected with from the grapevine. Or have you ever heard of when a butterfly flaps its wings, it might create a tornado halfway across the world? Something like that. You are connected with this person, like really, really, from a very a way that you would never have thought of, but you guys affect yourselves like a lot. So the Ten of Winter talks of the resolution of difficulties, weight lifted off your shoulders, the end of an addiction or codependency. This person at the other end of the world that you were connected to, you might have been unknowingly codependent. I do not know where this is coming from. But whatever it is, it has taught you a lesson with the star card. Because the star talks up, which is Aquarius energy, by the way. The star card talks of look to the future with hope and optimism, the power of faith to move mountains, happy changes that bring relief from challenging times. So you learned something from that experience, and it brought you hope for the future. Yes, it did. And with that hope, you are able to create whatever you want. You are the magician. You have complete mastery over everything. Every suit of the tarot is under your control. Right? Usually on the magician card, you'd have the 4 suits swirling around the magician. But on this card, you don't. On this card, the interesting thing is this card is very similar to the Fool. See, the Fool would be starting on this side of the card and having a road going this way, going that way to the tower at the end. You see the tower there? Now, I feel like the tower, which would be the normal tower in tarot. Try saying that fast. Right? But the Fool is someone who sets off on a journey and encounters a tower. And through the experience, because in this deck it's called Life Experience, the Tower card is called Life Experience. Through the experience, transforms into something much more powerful and becomes the magician who has complete control over all the suits of the tarot, which is amazing, if you ask me. And with that transformation that has occurred within you or within the person that you're dealing with, alright, they are able to tap into their intuition, have powerful intuitive epiphanies, by letting go of worry and fear and understanding the truth of a situation. Transformation. Come together right now over me. Cards clarifying that are the Fairy Godmother in the reverse. Now, the Fairy Godmother in the reverse talks of when blocked, things are harder than needed. Yeah, things are harder than needed in order for you to learn something. You see, the Fairy Godmother in the upright talks of helpful lesson. Now in the reverse, it's harder than it should be, and that in and of itself is a helpful lesson. Though will you pick up on the lesson? I do not know. But it is still a lesson that is meant to help you. Then you have the Sage. Now the Sage talks of wisdom, hidden knowledge, retreat, old age, patience. Now this energy being blocked, okay, which refers to things are harder than they need. When I said that things that are harder than they need to be are a lesson in and of themselves, that is referring to the Sage. Now the Sage talks of wisdom gained from old age. So you need a little bit of patience to figure this out. Because maybe at the time you will not see what you have learned. It will only come with life experience and time. And that's where Tintin comes in. Now Tintin talks of acute intellect, quickness, mental synthesis, and discernment. So you are able to synthesize all that you've gone through and discern through what helped you and what didn't. This is really good. Okay, then you have Pohariel of the Waters. Now Pohariel talks of gracefully accepting change. So you know that you've gone through some difficult stuff in your life, and you know that they were lessons meant to better you. Okay, but you only gained that through time, through the fact that you stepped back and you looked at it closer over time. And now that factoid, right? And now when you learned all those lessons, and when you figured out, when you were able to synthesize all the things that you learned, you were then able to gracefully accept change. Like, okay, if I want to gracefully accept change, I need to accept that these things are going to have to change within me in order for me to be able to change. Whoa. That is insane, my lovely Aquariuses. This is an amazing reading. I mean, this is showing me a lot of growth, a lot of maturity, a lot of things that, like, I look for. But that's just because I've went through that myself. So, I'm just saying. But to me, this is like an amazing thing. You are becoming an outstanding individual. You are becoming so powerful in the things that you know. Like, the world's your oyster at this point. Literally, you can have whatever you want with the click of your fingers. You're that good. Because you were able to take difficulty and turn it into good lessons, and all the stuff that you went through taught you something important. That is amazing. So, my gorgeous Aquariuses, that is all that I have for you guys this week. If you like this, and if you would like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below, and it'll be my pleasure to assist. In that same box, you'll find a little description of this video and my prize. Now, like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell to be notified when I post new stuff, as well as leaving me a comment, because I adore comments. I read them all. I might not answer all of them, but I absolutely read them all. And with that being said, my gorgeous Aquariuses, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I will see you next time, okay? Bye!